The most promising place to find alien life may not be where we expected. For decades, scientists searched the skies for distant planets that might reveal the existence of life beyond Earth. But inside our own solar system, a frozen moon orbiting Jupiter has quietly become one of the most extraordinary places ever discovered. Europa has always been mysterious, but until recently, scientists could only imagine what existed beneath its surface. Now, new observations from the James Webb Space Telescope are forcing researchers to reconsider this world completely. And what Webb discovered there does not prove life exists, but it may have changed where we should look for it. For much of modern astronomy, Europa was a frozen mystery, a silent world orbiting the largest planet in our solar system. We studied its surface from afar, measured its movements around Jupiter, and slowly began to suspect that something unusual might exist beneath its frozen exterior. Europa, we believed, was fascinating, but unreachable. When NASA's Voyager missions photographed Europa in 1979, they revealed a world that looked completely different from what scientists expected. Instead of an ancient, crater-covered moon, Europa appeared to have a remarkably young surface covered with enormous fractures, ridges, and regions where the ice seemed to have shifted and broken apart. Then, NASA's Galileo spacecraft changed the picture completely. Beneath that frozen surface was likely a global ocean of liquid water, an ocean that may contain more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. We had found a hidden world beneath the ice, but we still knew almost nothing about it. Scientists could estimate the ocean's size and model how Jupiter's gravity might keep it warm, but they could not determine what chemicals existed below, whether material from the ocean could reach the surface, or whether the conditions inside were suitable for life. Europa had become one of the most promising places in the solar system, but the evidence was still incomplete. Beneath kilometers of ice, hidden from every telescope and spacecraft that had visited before, was an entire ocean world waiting to reveal what had been happening there for billions of years. That began to change when the James Webb Space Telescope turned its infrared instruments toward Europa. Webb was not searching for organisms, it was searching for chemical clues. Using observations from its near-infrared camera and spectroscopic measurements, researchers detected carbon dioxide on Europa's surface. But the material was not spread evenly across the moon. Instead, it was concentrated in Terra Regio, a region of chaotic terrain where Europa's surface appears to have been disturbed by processes occurring beneath the ice. That was unexpected because Europa's surface is constantly exposed to intense radiation from Jupiter. Over time, that radiation should break down carbon dioxide molecules. The deposits should not remain for long, yet they are still there. Researchers also found carbon-13 signatures within the detected material, and the distribution suggested that the carbon dioxide was likely connected to Europa's interior rather than simply being delivered by objects from space. The discovery created a possibility scientists had hoped for but could not confirm. Europa's hidden ocean may not be completely isolated from the outside world. Material from beneath the ice may be reaching the surface where spacecraft can study it. And if the carbon came from below, What else might be down there? The reason Europa has become one of the most important places in the search for life is not because of a single discovery. It is because several different pieces of evidence are beginning to point toward the same possibility. Something beneath Europa's ice may have the conditions needed for life. The first clue is the ocean itself. Multiple observations from NASA's Galileo spacecraft, including measurements of Europa's magnetic field, revealed evidence of a massive layer of liquid water beneath the frozen crust. Scientists believe this ocean may extend tens of kilometers deep, remaining hidden beneath an icy surface that has existed for billions of years. A world with an ocean beneath its surface is already extraordinary. But water alone does not create a living world. The second clue is energy. Europa should have become a frozen, inactive moon long ago. Instead, it is locked in a gravitational relationship with Jupiter that constantly reshapes its interior. As the planet's enormous gravity stretches and compresses Europa during its orbit, friction generates heat through a process known as tidal heating. The same type of gravitational forces that make Jupiter's moon Io one of the most volcanically active places in the solar system may be keeping parts of Europa's hidden ocean warm. A frozen world may still be alive beneath the surface. The third clue is chemistry. Webb's detection of carbon dioxide in Terra Regio suggests that material connected to Europa's interior may be reaching the surface. Other observations have identified salts and mineral signatures that could also have originated from the ocean below. Together, these discoveries suggest that Europa may not be a sealed ocean trapped beneath an unmoving shell. It may be a dynamic world where ice, water, and rock are constantly interacting. And that possibility becomes even more significant when scientists look at Earth. Thousands of meters beneath our own oceans, where sunlight never reaches, entire ecosystems survive around hydrothermal vents. These organisms do not depend on sunlight for energy. Instead, they rely on chemical reactions created when water interacts with the rocky interior of our planet. Europa may contain similar environments hidden beneath its ice. A long-lasting ocean, a source of internal heat, carbon-based chemistry, minerals and salts. Billions of years for these ingredients to interact. These are the same broad conditions scientists consider important when searching for habitable environments beyond Earth. But there is still a difference between a world that could support life and a world where life actually exists. A planet or moon can have water, energy, and chemistry and still remain completely lifeless. Mars once had rivers. Titan contains complex organic molecules. Venus has a carbon-rich atmosphere. None have provided confirmed evidence of biology. Europa may have the right ingredients, but the final answer is still hidden beneath the ice. For the scientists studying Europa, this discovery represents more than another data point. It changes the nature of the mission. Researchers such as Richard Cartwright from the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory, Ujjwal Raut from the Southwest Research Institute, and members of the James Webb infrared science teams are no longer studying Europa only through models and predictions. They now have evidence that material from the moon's hidden interior may be reaching the surface. That means future missions have a much clearer target. NASA's Europa Clipper spacecraft, currently traveling toward Jupiter, was designed to investigate exactly these questions. Its instruments will map Europa's composition, analyze its surface and environment, search for organic molecules, and investigate whether material from the ocean can be detected from above the ice. Are the conditions that created life on Earth unique, or can nature repeat that process somewhere else? Because hidden behind all the engineering and technology is the question that has followed humanity since we first looked at the stars. Are we alone? Despite the new discoveries, Europa still holds more questions than answers. Scientists do not know whether the detected carbon compounds are connected to complex organic chemistry or whether they represent simpler geological processes. They do not know how chemically active Europa's ocean is, whether hydrothermal vents exist beneath the ice, or whether organic molecules can survive long enough to be detected after reaching the surface. They also do not know whether Europa Clipper will find clear evidence of biological activity or only discover a world that had the ingredients for life but never produced it. The next decade of exploration may finally reveal how much of Europa is connected to the hidden ocean below. But the Moon is still keeping its greatest secret. The James Webb Space Telescope did not discover life on Europa. But it may have discovered something almost as important. It may have changed where humanity expects to find it. For generations, we searched the skies looking for distant worlds that might answer one of our oldest questions. Now, one of the strongest candidates may be a frozen moon orbiting Jupiter, hiding a vast ocean beneath its surface. Europa has remained hidden for billions of years, carrying a world beneath its ice that humanity has never directly seen. The evidence is not proof of life. But for the first time, scientists may have a clearer answer to a question that has followed us since we first looked at the stars. If life exists beyond Earth, Europa may be one of the places where we finally find it.